subway was nearly empty when I got on. It was late, too late for a weekday rush, too early for the last train stragglers. Just me and a handful of tired-looking passengers, heads down, lost in their own worlds. I settled into my seat, the hum of the train a steady rhythm. But as we pulled out of the station, something felt off. The overhead lights flickered, casting harsh shadows against the metal walls. The windows showed nothing but darkness. No tunnels, no passing lights, just black void. I checked my phone. No service. That wasn't unusual underground, but the time was 3:47 a.m. That didn't make sense. I'd gotten on the train at 10:15 p.m. The train rumbled forward, faster than usual. I looked around. The other passengers were still there, still sitting motionless. Too still. None of them were moving, not blinking, not shifting, not even breathing. My stomach clenched. I stood and walked to the nearest person, an old man in a brown coat. "Hey, are you okay?" I asked, my voice too loud in the silence. No response. I touched his shoulder, ice cold. I stumbled back, my breath quickening. Then, the overhead speakers crackled to life. A low, garbled voice murmured something I couldn't make out, like a radio stuck between frequencies. The lights flickered again, and in that brief flash, I saw it, reflected in the dark window. The passengers weren't just still. They weren't passengers at all. The old man's face was wrong, stretched too long, his mouth slightly open, revealing a row of two small teeth. The woman across from him had no eyes, just smooth, blank skin where they should be. I whipped around, heart hammering, but in the next flicker, everything was normal again. People in their seats, no distortions, no missing eyes. I bolted to the doors and slammed my hands against them. "Let me out." The train didn't slow. The intercom crackled again, this time clearer. A flat, automated voice. "Next stop, Terminus." I didn't know that name. I had ridden this train 100 times, and Terminus was not a stop. The train lurched, speeding up. My legs buckled, and I crashed against the door. When I looked up, the windows weren't dark anymore. They showed something else. Not tunnels, not the city. Something vast and endless, stretching out forever. A landscape that shouldn't exist. Jagged buildings like broken teeth. A sky the color of rotting flesh. Figures standing motionless in the distance. The train was taking me there. I turned back to the passengers, desperate. But this time, they weren't still. They were all looking at me. Their mouths opened in unison, and the lights cut out. The train never stopped. I woke up in my bed. At least I think I did. The clock reads 3:47 a.m., and outside my window, I can hear the hum of a train that never comes.